Ag Network.
Hello everyone, it's time for today's farm and ranch news. Well, today's report is coming from Washington, D.C., where potato farmers and industry leaders are gathered for the National Potato Council's Potato DC Fly-In. Attendees will be traveling to Capitol Hill to meet with elected and appointed officials on issues impacting the potato industry.
It's so critical for growers to come to Washington, D.C. because oftentimes these folks don't have a direct connection to farms. And so by having someone who does this on a day-to-day basis come and sit down with them, ask questions, provide information, you create a situation where that individual has a one-to-one contact that they wouldn't otherwise have. And so that critical contact creates an opportunity to establish a relationship and help folks in elected positions and serving in agencies understand what it means when we're talking about policies in the real world.
Potato advocates will take to Capitol Hill, advocating on multiple issues.
Trade, of course, is at the top of the list. We've had some really excellent successes in the last few months related to trade, but that is just the beginning of what we foresee as the potential for the U.S. potato industry, and we hope to continue our efforts there. We also think there's an opportunity to pursue improvements in our transportation and infrastructure. And then, of course, there's always the nutrition aspect. It's important to get the message out there that potatoes are an important and valuable part of everyone's daily diet.
For more on policy issues that impact the U.S. potato industry, visit the National Potato Council online. We'll be right back. Returning back today from the nation's capital, on Monday, a coalition of groups, including farm and ranch groups, met at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to discuss proposed updates to the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA. They discussed why modernizing the act is essential to the future of the nation's economy.
Modernization of NEPA is long overdue. It's going to benefit America's farmers and its consumers, the American people all over the country and the rest of the world.
The American Farm Bureau and National Cattlemen's Beef Association joined a diverse lineup of NEPA reform advocates, ranging from transportation, contractors, and union officials.
NEPA was meant to provide thoughtful consideration to the impact of various activities on these natural resources. However, in its current form, it has become a costly and time-consuming burden for ranchers. In fact, some ranch families have faced grazing permit delays as long as 30 years. Ranchers don't have the luxury of waiting for 6 to 30 years to get approval for their permit to graze cattle.
Opposed by a majority of environmental groups, some believe NEPA reform is needed to address climate issues.
NEPA reform is absolutely essential to climate solutions. If we have any hope of achieving a net neutral climate economy in 30 years, we are going to have to invest literally trillions of dollars in brand new energy systems. And that is not going to happen if we have a regulatory system that is not able to build big things and build them fast.
Farm Bureau believes rural infrastructure will also benefit from a reform to NEPA.
Broadband is not a luxury. It's a necessity, and our farmers and their families and their communities deserve to have that gap narrowed, not just for agriculture, but for our health care in rural America.
The Unlock American Investment Coalition is made up of 45 organizations in favor of NEPA updates. From Washington, I'm Lane Nordlund. Have a great day.